And I can say that from someone who's fucked up on the diet for the past couple months being a sad cunt. I'll admit it. It's like when you come in, they're like, oh, what should I change with my cycle? What should you change with your cycle, bro? You're not even fucking eating nearly enough food. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at Russo Lifts. Just in case something happens to this YouTube channel, you can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's ASMR sip is sponsored by 1907. Check out 1907 in the description. Coupon code Russo. New Zealand's finest water, which I spill on myself. And the ASMR spritz of Intelligent Elephant Carbon. Check it out when it releases. I have before you guys can get it. Anyways, today I'm going to be going into the biggest first SARM cycle. The first time you go enhanced mistake. And let's get right into it. The diet. The diet is the biggest coining factor. It's gasoline on the fire with PEDs. If you have no wood, how do you expect the fire to get bigger? Meaning your basal metabolic rate, I'll have Andrew throw up, basal metabolic rate goes through the roof when you become enhanced. You take advantage of that by trickling in more calories, trickle feeding the body, keeping the metabolism as ramped as possible, and eating to keep up with the cycle. That was my biggest mistakes when I first started out, is I wasn't eating enough, especially in my younger years when you already had a hyper fast metabolism. That's why a lot of people coin away from androgen abuse when you're younger, because you don't have the money to eat to keep up with the cycle. Most of you don't have the money, straight up. Most of you are not taking full advantage with the hyper fast metabolism to go against it by jacking it up even further with enhancement. That was my biggest issue, and I really didn't learn how much I truly needed to eat until I played around with S23, because as I went up in dosage on S23, I got flatter, smaller, more natty looking, and this was when I was younger with a hyper fast metabolism as it is, skinny long distance runner. Have Andrew throw that up. Like, I was fighting my epigenetics the whole time while being enhanced, speeding up my metabolism even further than it already was. That was the issue. So I remember once I started eating correctly on S23, which was actually hitting above 4,500 calories a day consistent, that's when I noticed, oh wow, I'm filling out, oh wow, like it actually kind of looks like I'm semi-enhanced here, and I'm not looking stringy and deflated. I'm actually eating to keep up with the cycle. So that was so much money. That was a big compromise on my bank account to eat to keep up with, on top of the actual cost of the cycle, the actual cost of the ancillary drugs to keep me healthy during the cycle, the actual cost of the post-cycle therapy drugs to get me off the compounds to keep me healthy. Everything that I was doing to harm mitigate was an added expense that people skip. People skip PCT, people skip the on-cycle ancillary, so money that they skip out on already. But the main driving force is the diet, which is so pricey if you have a hyper fast metabolism that it's like you might as well do a littler cycle and actually be able to eat to keep up with it than blast shit, completely blow out your androgen receptor sensitivity. So what? Get minuscule results because you're not eating to keep up with it. So that is like the first glaring mistake I always see when people come in my DM box at Russo Lifts. Hey Russo, I'm doing this cycle, and I'm like, here's my pictures of myself, and I'm not too impressed. And it's like, if I take the time and I break down all the variables, I guarantee I'm gonna see you're simply just not consuming enough calories, and that, oh, I consume a lot. Like, no bro, you have a hyper fast metabolism, black pill. You have bad genetics, black pill. Can we modify these epigenetics? Can we go against these epigenetics? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can outprogram your way out of it with the variables you're given. That being said, do you have the money to eat the amount of food? Do you have the discipline to eat the amount of food? If not, why are you even taking enhancement? Straight up. That's the first thing. The second thing is when you become super enhanced, more delving into like big steroid cycles, you're implementing growth hormone, you're actually taking enhanced bodybuilding race car, you know, fuck my health, I want to do bodybuilding type shit seriously. You need to clean the diet, and that's my mistake right now, is that my diet needs to be way more clean. People don't understand when you start fucking around with your mineral retentions and shit, like Andrew, like when you're natural, right, you want a high salt intake and you can fluctuate your salt intake. It's not really going to impact how your face looks, your water retention, your blood pressure, everything in between. Someone like me, if I have high salt one day, low salt the next day, you see I look like a balloon when you come into work, and that's from the enhancement. And if you want to truly look the best enhanced, you have to eat completely clean. That's why the bro food is a thing. The bro food isn't a thing because, oh, they want to be like, oh, they're better than you. No, it's because they seriously want to hold the least amount of water, which impacts their blood pressure the least, keeping them the healthiest and keeping them looking the best, most enhanced while they're on the cycle, because your mineral retentions get fucked up the minute you go on a lot of androgens, especially steroids in high enough dosages. That's why you can't eat a dirty diet, and that's why the dirty diet throws fucking tons of health side effects, and why, you know, elites will say you should get an optimal body fat before you even jump on gear, me included. You see, when I was the bloat lord fat as shit, I was like, man, I'm metabolically fucked. I'm already holding water, and now I have to get on androgens and fix everything. This is the worst possible scenario, which I said on YouTube, and everyone's like, oh, you're an excuse maker. It's like, no, reality check. It was really fucking annoying getting back to this physique at 235, where I don't look absolutely fat out of my mind. So that is like what you're fighting, is like most people, it's truly the diet. It's truly that you're not intaking enough calories, you're not doing it clean enough, and then if you're cutting, in my opinion, you're cutting too fast. Most people are cutting too fast. Obviously, there's more quote-unquote mesomorph and quote-unquote endomorph physiques, which can get away with cutting fast. I'm not that guy. I gotta cut super slow. I gotta keep the calorie intake as high as possible and use cardio to create the caloric deficit. Otherwise, I look like a string bean. I've done enough cuts and bulks to know how I react and know how I need to personally diet my body. But most people, it's truly, you're not spending enough money on the diet. You're not being as OCD as you should with the diet. You're not being as disciplined with the diet. That's why you're not getting the results you want. It's not the specific fucking cycle. And I can say that from someone who's fucked up on the diet for the past couple months being a sad cunt. I'll admit it. It's like when you come in, they're like, oh, what should I change with my cycle? What should you change with your cycle, bro? You're not even fucking eating nearly enough food. You're ruining your biomarkers. Everything is going to shit, all because you didn't have the allocated money to spend on the food. You didn't track out how you're gonna do your food. And if you have a hyper fast metabolism, you better get used to eating like you're gonna throw up all the time. I would force feed myself like crazy to get to 250 pounds for the first time. I'm talking like 6,000 a day consistent samurai discipline, because I knew the damage I was doing to my body by taking that cycle. I'm obviously gonna provide the building blocks to actually get the results, right? This is a game of variables. This is a game of chess. Modifying biochemistry is a lot more than just taking drugs. I'll see you guys in my next one.